Okay, so today I'm going to talk about a false sense of security. And I believe that a lot of people are carrying this false sense of security, especially in the workplace. Now, I am all for working, and I know there are great establishments out there, work wise, employee culture. There's good and there's bad ones. So there's always a balance in places that they go. And what I mean by that is that, and the places that they go, I really mean in the corporate world. Or actually, I can even place it anywhere for that matter. It could be at work, it could be with friends, it could be things that they do with friends, random people, what have you, partners that they join forces with. I find that a lot of people, they see if they're at the job more or less, or anything for that matter, it's short term and short lived. I mean, nothing lasts forever. I know there's people that are like, okay, it's better to be at work all the time, or it's better to be out with friends all the time, or it's better to be doing this and that outside all the time rather than being at home for whatever reason, right? Anything can happen. As far as job, there's false sense of job security there because anyone at any time can get fired, let go, quit. The people that are there, they can backstab, they can take credit when the credit was due to you. They can get the promotion that was owed to you. And aside from work, to go with friends. I mean, friends can backstab you, like acquaintances. They can take credit for things. When it comes to leveling up, anything and everything is a go. So there's no sense of security really anywhere. So I strongly believe that the person themselves that is thinking of job security or just security with friendships and what have you, they themselves, when it comes to leveling up, they can even, without hesitation, stab somebody in the back. What I mean by that is like metaphorically, it's like a fake way of saying like, they do something like that. What I mean to say is, anything can happen, and the false sense of security that I keep referring to is really, and I was thinking about it, I think for the most part, it's like a lot of people, they stay away from the house, because maybe they don't want to come back to yelling, fighting. They feel that nothing's changing, a lot of the time. The environment, the yelling, the arguments. Whereas work, the security that they feel is that with their efforts that they're putting in, something's happening and changing all the time. So with the efforts that they're putting into their work, something good is coming out of it. Something's flourishing. Something's growing. There's value in them now. People are buying the product. People are listening to the what they have to say, and they're applying them to their daily lives. And something's coming out of it, whether it's like health wise, whether it's love relationships. So, and I keep saying that it's a false sense of security because technically it's not all due to their own efforts. And I'm zero saying, think doom and gloom. Like the person that has that false sense of security, I'm zero saying that, shatter your dreams. I'm just saying that it's a team effort. Keep that in mind. So whatever is evolving and growing through your own efforts, it's a group environment. It's not just one person working towards a goal and seeing things happen and growing and profiting or what have you, making like a making a significant impact. It's a team that's doing it, you know, different people, different races, different cultures, like, you know, and not just them. So I mean, if everyone at home was to do the same thing, I'm sure the same thing would be an outcome. That's only if everybody was working together. Same thing for friendships, same thing for relationships, you know, marriages, companies. Like, I just feel like often at time people are running away, and it's always towards something like, you know, saying is that it's not to say that you're zero making a difference. Every day you're making a difference. I think if you balance work and home and not just kind of like focus on one thing, you know, it's great, you know, like to have things come so easily, but where have you earned it, right? It's like that whole thing, like, do you want to, if you have a tree with a whole bunch of apples, this usually applies to like relationships and stuff, like, you know, why does it take so long to meet the right one, or, you know, have a great boyfriend or girlfriend? And there's always this kind of like iconic analogy, or like a quote kind of thing, like if you have an apple tree, you know, you have a choice. You either wait for the rotten apples to fall, you know, and then just grab the one, and there's plenty of them, right? And very easy to get. Or would you rather like make the effort, even just a little bit, you know, to climb that tree to get to the better apples? And the whole thing is like, the higher you go up that apple tree, the better the apple. Now, I don't know how true that is. You know, if the top of the apple tree, that one apple is fantastic, I would assume that, you know, from like the middle and wherever, that the rotten apples, you know, are not, right? That those would be the best apples anyways. But so yeah, so where was I was going with that thought, like a story that they made up in their mind, like a false sense of like feeling good. You know, I'm not saying you can zero make a difference. I know, you know, same thing in life. You've got to make some effort, and it's zero like, oh, listen to my words. Like, somebody's got to be the frontline employee. You know, like everybody wants to be the manager, whether it's like relationships or, you know, corporate or friendships. It's like people always have the sayers, but it really takes the doers, the frontline team, you know. It's like the cashiers, the salesmen, like the people actually selling, like going to the people and putting the flyers in their hands. Like, those are the people that actually make the difference, you know. Okay, here, I have an idea. I could sit at my house for days with ideas and just murmuring and, you know, spewing them off out of my mouth, you know. Look at my, you know, and the only person seeing my lips move is if I look at myself in the mirror. But those words are gonna go nowhere, rather than, you know, meet the air and then just fizzle off and fall and, you know, just kind of literally disappear instead of kind of disappear. So, you know, it takes from the words from my mouth to somebody else's ears, who will actually, you know, walk with and, you know, kind of convey and do the front line, you know, make things actually happen through, you know, walking, talking, meeting, you know, actually doing stuff to make those words and making them into reality, like making them into a corporate empire. So whether it's like Procter and Gamble, Nestle, you know, like it could be anything, really. Walgreens, or, you know, just so all these fabulous, fantastic companies. I mean, so it's the ones that are behind the scenes, you know, those little parts to any, you know, technical device you have that really make the device. The ones that, you know, people overlook. So here I am with a camera. You know, if it isn't for those little parts moving around in the camera, this camera wouldn't be functioning and would not even be a camera. Like, it wouldn't do what I want it to do. So take a video and then upload it. Computer, same thing. iPhone, same thing. Yes, okay, great. The cover of it, yay, we know it looks like, and it is what it is. An iPhone, a camera, a phone, whatever phone it is, whatever brand, whatever model. Behind every brand and model, there's those little bits and pieces that work together cohesively to make it to be used for. So a camera, a phone, a laptop, a light, anything really, anything and everything, whatever you have. So it takes wildlife to grow trees, you know, that is the wood that we use to make a bed. You know, it could be anything, furniture, anything, cardboard, carpets, clothes, like you can go for like miles and beyond. So as I was saying, like, we can sit there and say, you know very, very well that whatever company you've been worked for, I mean, frontline staff, what have you, you know, it's a team effort. It's not just you. You know, if you work as a cashier, you know it's not just you, because you're selling something. And where is that something? Where is it coming from? Who's bringing it? Who's putting it to the shelves, you know? Who's taking it from point A to point B to point C to bring it back to point A? Like, there's so many, and people overlook it. You know, this seems like common sense to me, but realistically, people kind of stop. They don't go beyond their role, you know, their words, what have you. And it's like, okay, nobody's listening to me, you know, like, run away, run away, run away. False sense of security here, another woman. False sense of security here, another family. False senses of security, kids, what have you. False sense of security, like companies and stuff. Anywhere and everywhere. Like, you're still feeling that little empty kind of, and it's not, and I'm saying it's zero from your lack of effort. Although I strongly believe that, you know, there is lack coming from you, in a sense that the action may or may not be there. So I don't know you. I can't, like, you know, I don't know you as far as I can throw you. So I really don't know you. I've never met you, nothing. So this is a general video. So I am generalizing. So if it's not you, it's not you. Although in the end, you only know, like, in your heart of hearts. If you really sit there and be honest with yourself, like, if you're really looking at yourself or thinking to yourself and being really honest with yourself, like, how much are you really putting in? And what is it that you're actually doing? You know, whether it's from washing dishes with someone, or, you know, vacuuming, cleaning, talking, I don't know. It could be anything, socializing, anything. It could be as little and insignificant. Remember, the team at your work are also part of that very insignificant bit that makes that whole picture like a go, like successful, right? And make it like a corporate empire, wherever you're working. It could be a law firm, medicine, you know, politics. It could be anything, astronomy, science, school, teacher, like anything. You know, we all need hope. So yeah, if that false sense of security makes you feel better, and that team element makes you feel like you're running the show, yes. And that you're making an impact, I say, accept it, embrace it. Although, like, balance it out. That you feel calm and comfortable within yourself, and zero being homeless. Like, you are hopeless. I said homeless. Whoops. Hopeless. And zero being, like, feeling hopeless. Remember, you're making that decision. If you're running towards that security, or that false sense of security is what have you, this video is all about, then, feel good about it. Be happy. Like, condition your mind then to be happy with your choice and your decision. And be filled and full of happiness with it, rather than, oh, life is hopeless. You just made a decision out of your own free will. So you ran towards something, you got it. You made a choice that's your own. So anyhow, that's all I have, really. Yep. Bye.
Subscribe.